Here we are for this week's edition of Backpage Blues. I've been joined by Charlie Skillen from the Mail Online.
Hello mate, you okay?
Very well, thank you. You?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Good. Charlie, we're getting to the stage of the season now where, lots of people start speculating about people coming in, people going out. I am going to ask you a slightly different question. Am I about to lose any of my heroes? Who is leaving Chelsea Football Club?
Well look, Chelsea are a club that are obsessed with FFP, financial fair play. So if we're going to buy anyone big in the summer, we're probably going to have to see some people depart as well.
Right.
Now the highest profile name I can see leaving is Oscar.
No, surely not.
Well look, both Juventus and Liverpool are massively interested in him. I think Oscar is a player who has done very well for Chelsea over his career there, but maybe hasn't done so well, especially in the second half of this season. I think to lose him, first things first, if Oscar left Chelsea, it would be a very, very big fee. We bought him for 19 million, we'd be looking to double that easy.
Would we get that for him now? Do you think on current form? I rate Oscar very highly. I've made enemies over my love of Oscar. But I think on current form, it would be very difficult to command a fee of that sort of magnitude, wouldn't it?
No, I mean, look, there's been so much stuff in the media about the fees that Chelsea command for players. Look at the likes of David Luiz, Juan Mata.
True.
We got so much money for those players. Oscar, is in a probably better stage of his career than players like that, especially players like Schürrle as well. So he's definitely going to be commanding a big fee. Juventus are very interested in him. I bet they are. Yeah. After that goal he scored against them. Yeah, exactly. That was his first goal for Chelsea. In fact, his national team boss, which was Dunga, actually said, actually kind of encourage him to go to Juventus.
Get out of it, mate. Mind your own business. I think it's a shame. I think it's a real shame. I think Oscar is silk, and on his day, he's absolutely magic. Think of the goal he scored against QPR this year. It was absolutely brilliant. Yeah, but how many days does he have per season? I think Mourinho's looking for a little bit more consistency. And if we do sell Oscar, like I said, it'll be for a big fee, and it'll be a player that possibly hasn't had the most consistent year. That said, I think in the last two games against QPR and against Man United, he has played well. So maybe he's got a bit of a rocket from he's got a bit of a rocket from Mourinho. Okay, so Oscar's going to be leaving. Well, I can make my peace with that. Nobody else, surely. Well, I know we're both big fans of Petr Cech. Of course. And I think every Chelsea fan knows, everyone in the media knows, Petr Cech probably knows. We are entering the last couple of months of his glorious Chelsea career. That is such a shame. Do you know what? I heard a stat today. A friend told me a stat, and the stat is that Petr Cech is currently 2 years younger than Edwin van der Sar was when he signed for Manchester United. Really? Fact. Yeah, well, I mean, look, that just shows what a great career he can still have in front of him. But Chelsea are going to put their faith in Thibaut Courtois. But does that show that it's a wrong decision from Chelsea to allow him to leave? Ideally, yeah, you'd have both. We've been in a great position this season, but Mourinho said earlier this season that Cech has earned the right to basically choose what he wants to do. He's had a decade of phenomenal success at Chelsea. He wants to be playing. He loves the club, but he's not going to be first choice. I suppose I'd have to agree. Petr Cech deserves the opportunity to play first team football, and it's a travesty to football to deprive football of that opportunity. So we should be playing somewhere. He's still one of the best keepers in the world. I mean, the good news is for Chelsea fans, I've heard a lot of kind of moans about this, is that it doesn't look like he's going to be going to a Premier League club. In fact, PSG are now the absolute front runners for him. And again, we'll be wanting a big package for Petr Cech. Liverpool are obscenely interested in him. Mignolet's not had a good year. No. Liverpool aren't going to be able to put up the money that Chelsea want. That's what we reported this week, and that's what's been going on at the minute. Was that on the Mail? Yeah. Okay. So if Cech were to leave, and it's looking like all signs are saying he will, who's coming in? We need a keeper, don't we? Well, look, we've all heard the names bandied about, people like Rob Green and John Ruddy, even Brad Friedel, but I'm going to throw a bit of a curveball, something that we reported this week. Marcus Bettinelli, the Fulham goalkeeper. I know him well. Good? Yeah, you're not a good liar, Rob. Well, it's interesting. He has impressed for them this season. Not that they've impressed anyone. No, they haven't done well. But Mourinho has watched him quite a lot, actually. Of course, Mourinho's got connections to Fulham, hasn't he? He has. His son, Jose Jr., plays in the Fulham Academy as a goalkeeper. And the Jose Jr.'s coach is this other keeper's dad. So, wow. So it's an incestuous signing. I like it. Yeah, keep it in the family. Yeah. But okay. Well, this is good news. Yeah. No, homegrown, classed as homegrown. Yes. Yeah. He's despite having an Italian name, he is English, and
The only slight hitch is whether he wants to play second fiddle at this point of his career.
Okay.
Because he's still young himself.
But we'd only want him if he was of the mentality that he's going to come in and win his place. We wouldn't want him if he didn't believe that he could be a better keeper or at least win a place for him. So
yeah, of course. I mean, obviously he'd come hoping to play in cup games
and win his place. Was injured.
Yeah, but you know that is the keeper that Mourinho's looking at the minute.
Okay, well that's all good news. I'm going to ask you this, Charlie, and I'm being coerced into this one. This isn't a question that comes naturally to me because I feel like we've covered it. Mm-hmm. But I've been peer pressured from our good friends who watch this show, and the vast majority of people have been asking me, so much so that I can't not do it. Paul Pogba. Chelsea are signing Paul Pogba, according to about 90% of people who watch this segment on Chelsea Fans Channel. Is it true?
Well, look, I mean, they're certainly right to ask. Whether we're signing him, it will be a completely different matter. I mean, Paul Pogba is probably going to be the biggest transfer saga this summer. He is the most in-demand player in the world, I'd say. Juventus are constantly talking about whether he's going to stay, whether he's going to go. His agent, Mino Raiola, is, you know, he's the agent for Balotelli and Ibrahimovic. He's a real character. He's always putting stuff out in the media. We've got a great midfield in Fabregas and Matic.
I agree.
We're going to be signing some other kind of less big name midfielders. So I'd be slightly surprised to see Pogba. I mean, it would be a dream because he's an amazing player in any club. And, you know, Chelsea are going to be aware of what's going on with Pogba. Certainly, you know, they'd be stupid not to. Every top club in the world is. But in terms of Chelsea, I can't quite see it.
No? No. There we go, guys. Sorry about that. Thank you all very much for watching, and stay tuned. Remember, this is only part 1. There'll be a part 2 coming up very shortly. And let us know what you think. Make sure that you comment and make sure you subscribe if you haven't done it already. Cheers for watching. Cheers. Only Blues.